Holy snapping duck shit.
My good mate from Bump and Run Booker joins us.
I'm excited for another great show tonight. Give it the hoot nanny.
Hey everyone, welcome along to Trackside with Kokpit, brought to you by GARAGE16 is the builder to next Friday, Saturday, the Enzed New Zealand Superstock Teams Championship gets underway as it always does. The excitement is not too far away. This time next week, we'll be sitting in the stadium watching all the action unfold, but it's been a beautiful day around the region. The weather on the long-range forecast looks great for next weekend as well, but my good friend who seems to struggle in the hot weather, he's always smiling though. He's excited because we've got 3 more teams ahead of tonight to wrap up what has been an amazing 5 days with the big build-up to the event. Hey, Books, mate, how are you?
Oh, I'm good. You're right. I do struggle in the hot weather. That's what happens when you're old and fat. You hit a bit the hot weather doesn't treat you too nicely, you know. So, but yeah, it's mate. I'm even more excited now knowing, you know. Well, I'm, as most people know, I'm leaving in a couple of days for Palmy. So, but yeah, just. This week's been fantastic so far. The drivers we've spoken to, the people we've spoken to, it's just been awesome. But come on, people, we said last night, you know, show us some videos and in the comments of you supporting your team, I think, to win that prize. If you look more on our Facebook page here below this post now, this live post, you'll see a place where you can, there's been a couple posted videos already, but you got a chance to win that Century Batteries prize pack along with a $50 Packer Save voucher and a $100 Repco voucher, thanks to Mike Harvey at Repco Huntley as well. You know, I see they're on. G'day, Mike. You know, so get your videos, just a video showing you supporting your team or singing the "Come on the Bay." You know, like just enjoy yourselves. Post up some support for your team for this weekend. Get amongst it. And something I keep forgetting to say this week, Kins, don't forget the bloody beach balls. I want to see the beach balls back.
A couple of years, Booker's ambition when he came at the teams was to get the beach balls back. Yeah. And I tell you what, they did turn up. They were all over the track. Great to hear the crowd atmosphere, you know, when the people on the infield were going to pop the beach ball, but most times, 9 times out of 10, they were throwing it back over the fence as well. But it was good to see that back. And like you say, let's just celebrate this event, have some fun, because all the entertainment will be out there on the track over 2 nights. Just to reiterate, we still get the odd question coming through to our Kokpit Messenger. Those dates have been scheduled for next year, 2026, but let's get through next weekend. But 2026 is the 7th and the 8th. It's a Saturday and Sunday after Waitangi Day. You'll travel on the Friday, but those are the dates, and Bruce Robertson told us all about that last Tuesday. But tonight, we're going to catch up with the British Lions. We've got the Gisborne Giants and also the defending champs back-to-back. But later on the show, we're going to catch up with the Christchurch Glen Eagles. But you've had a good day, Books. You know, good to see a few things have mellowed out on the social media. Not as rough as it was yesterday. You pretty well stomped your authority on that, mate, and set the example. And they're pretty well chilled it out for the show, which is good to see, because we just need to celebrate the event. These gentlemen and lady put out $100,000 plus cars out there to entertain you, the fans. And hey, why not celebrate the spectacle that it is? The hype around the event is huge. The arrival into Palmerston is massive. The square is massive. The Grand Parade is massive. But even the entertainment on that track, when they're out there, gladiators is what you would call them, they're there to entertain you. Make sure you get your money's worth. And don't forget too, we do have a couple of the Australian Super Saloon drivers coming over to drive. One driving the 6B from out of Hawke's Bay in Bingston's car as well. Tell you more a bit about that. Don't forget too, the Only Ammz Speedway of Excellence Awards. We've got our man Ammaron joining us a bit later in the show.
Yeah, mate, she's all go tonight for the final show. It's all bells and whistles, and just enjoy the moment and celebrate it all, Ken. You know, like, let's just dump this negative crap and think about how much fun we're all going to have next weekend. And you know, it's mate, I'm just pumped for it. I love it. Teams champs just get you pumped. If you just feel alive, mate. It's awesome. The atmosphere, everything. You know, there's nothing like being there and just soaking it up. You know, and of course our competition will start on Monday as well. So you'll be able to enter your child, grandchild, niece, nephew, sister, brother, if they're the right age, to go into the draw to pick their favourite team, spend some time with that team just before the race meeting, and also go out with that team in the Grand Parade. I mean, how cool is that for a prize for a young woman or young girl or boy? You know, I mean, it's just fantastic. So we're looking forward to doing that again this year, like last year. The young gentleman last year was from Christchurch but chose the Giants. He loved it. Look at him, there he is from Kins, happy as a sandboy, getting there to go in the Grand Parade. And that's what it's all about, is making memories for these kids. So just remember that too, when you're in the stands and you're abusing it, look around and see there's a kid beside you, because they don't want to hear your crap. Just have fun with it. Have some fun. Enjoy it.
Yeah, mate, love it. Hey, we better get into it.
Trackside, backside, and bloody. That's it, mate. It's going to be fun.
All right, we'll get into it. We've got a pretty full-on show tonight, and you know, that's the introduction of the first team that's going to catch up with us, the 2025 British Lions Superstock Team, and we're very, very fortunate, and they're enjoying the sunny weather, not the minus 10 degrees where they would have been stuck in their sheds, freezing their asses off, but they're up in Auckland. Look at that, got the cool shades. The tan is working on them. Hey, Waymans, how are you boys?
Good evening, you're all good? Not too bad.
Yeah. How's the Frankies, eh? The Frankies are all good?
Yeah, we're all sorted, getting ready for tomorrow night up here in Auckland, yep.
Yeah. Let's go back to last weekend, though, quickly for you, Frankie. Obviously, the 240s was huge. You love the event, and, mate, it doesn't get any tougher than what it was. But for you, you know, you just had to look through to the one night. But it is a spectacle.
Yeah, absolutely. It was superb weekend's racing. For me personally, the racing was good. I didn't have such a good run last weekend, but that's just racing. It's what happens, and you know. But we all enjoyed the weekend, putting on a good show, good crowd, and you know, a true champion at the end of the day.
You know what, Books? I look at these two, and I think of the great English TV program we would have grown up watching, bro. The two Ronnies. But we've got the two Frankies. Two Frankies tonight.
You need one of them to be as big as me for it to be the two Ronnies, mate.
Hey, by Frankie Junior. Is there another junior in there? Welcome back to New Zealand, mate. Just the two. Hey, but you know, you will be lapping up, and you only just got into the country, obviously. I know Charlie's arrived now, but you would be enjoying the weather compared to back home.
Yeah, it's a lot nicer over here. Me and Charlie come over together. We arrived yesterday morning, so we're still fairly tired. Trying to get us used to your time as as we can before we teams race, but it won't be a problem on the night.
Mate, you should have been here for the 240s. Your boss should have given you their time off.
Yeah, well, I'll have an argument.
We did enjoy catching up with you, Frankie, prior to the 240s, and the way you presented yourself was outstanding on our show a little while back, and how you talk about the passion that you have and the drivers and amongst you, the environment of coming over to New Zealand, because this is what you focus on, the teams event coming up next Friday and Saturday.
Yeah, absolutely. You know, we've done for a few years now, both me and Frankie were just sort of mad for it, and now we've got the rolling support of everybody, and the team choice, the cars that we're getting now, we can work with it a lot. And obviously, we've got the same team this year. We've got another driver coming, Carl, and obviously we did it a few years ago also. So we've got a strong backbone of a team now, who have worked together, and hopefully we're going to keep gelling and keep improving. That's the goal.
But hey, there you go. Someone's tuning out here. They must be watching the show driving past when you are in Auckland. Just giving you a bit of a toot. But, for you young friends, yeah, which is good. So that's good. You got great support. But for you, young Frankie, just the excitement of this event, you weren't going to say no to come across over to New Zealand and be part of it.
No, definitely not. I mean, it's something we look forward to all year round. Even in the season at home, we're still watching videos from over here and studying and thinking about how we could have done things better. And it's one of them things where once you've done it, you just want to keep doing it until you win it, hopefully. And that's what we're aiming to do. We're coming over here to win it, and I think we've got a good chance.
We talked to some of the guys, English guys before, and where do you rate winning teams champs? Like we spoke to Charlie a while ago, and I think someone else we talked to do as well, Kins. They've sort of rated winning the teams champs more important than that world title sometimes. Where would you rate that for you on your bucket list of things to win?
For me, it's definitely well up there. I mean, when you come over here and race with the people that we race with, it's just there's so much chemistry between our team, and we all get along so well, and we're all so hungry for it, which pushes each other on, and we all it's very high on the priority list.
Does it make it a bit more of an event to you too, by the way the New Zealand public welcome you and treat you, bring you in? Like we as a New Zealand public, we really, when you guys came back from COVID, I think it upped the team champs that year, didn't it, Kins? Like that year you guys come back after COVID, the public was so happy you were here. How does that make you feel when you see the likes of our New Zealand fans just embrace you and welcome you in?
Yeah, it's unreal. I mean, it's an atmosphere that you can't really explain. And you go back to the UK and you try to talk to people and tell them what it's like, but you can never. They can't understand it until they come. And everyone that does come over here from the UK and witnesses it goes, Jesus, they cannot believe it.
It's a hard one to explain to them unless you get on that parade lap and get embroiled in the atmosphere of everything to do with that, and what the team is about and what the support we get. You can't explain that to people. You can try, but you struggle to actually do it. And then, to get that response from the New Zealand fans, it just makes everything more worthy of doing. And that's part of it, the biggest part of it.
Yeah. There's only so much you can tell people, and they can watch it on YouTube and see it. But until they physically are in the presence of the event, that's when they take it within themselves and think, wow, I've caught the bug. It's a virus. I'm going to come back every bloody year. Every year, early February, they'll be booking themselves. And, so that's bloody cool, And obviously you see it as a spectacle, and the goal is to win it. But like I said, when you got third, recently you got third, obviously last year. But the way you guys had celebrated, Frankie, it was like you won the bloody thing. The crowd just drives you, The boys are on the infield doing their bloody moves and everything. Mate,
it's exactly what it is. When you're in that moment, that we were for third and fourth, and we won that, and that was as high as we could get that year. But to do that with the support of the crowd, it's just unbelievable. And I can only hope that I'm still racing when we do win it. You know what I mean? To be part of it, it needs to come back to where we are.
Yeah, I want to talk about that part, particularly with you, Frankie. And I've asked drivers over this week as part of our build-up to next Friday, Saturday. how many years have you actually done the event behind the wheel? How many years have you been over to New Zealand and competed out there on the track?
I've been competing out here for nearly 30 years now, about 30 years, I think, but obviously not in the teams. We didn't start, I think, what was the first year we did teams? I don't even know what the first year was.
I'm a bit too young to ask me
that. This is what you get being the oldest member of the team. But yeah, I still enjoy it so much and still be a valuable part of it, and I'll keep going until I think I'm not being an asset to the team. When I'm not an asset to the team, I'll take a back seat and fetch the younger ones on. But while ever I'm influencing on track, then that's what I'm going to carry on doing.
Yeah. Like when Frankie spoke to us a couple of weeks back, Book, he's achieved nearly everything he can achieve. It's just this particular event. He's hungry for it. He wants to win it.
Look, and like I said then, I think that when it happens, the crowd is just the public. Everyone's just going to go off. They're going to just be like, the team you beat, those supporters are going to be like, oh, and then they're going to go, yeah, and I think the crowd's going to go off, because I think as Speedway fans and the way we are, I mean, sometimes we can be absolute assholes, but we know when to embrace something when it's a good thing, and I think everyone will rally around, and it's just going to be something very special when it happens, and I believe it will happen. When, I don't know, and I hope it's not against my Hawkeyes, but because I'm only a little bit biased, but yeah, I think it's going to be certainly embraced when it does happen, that's for sure.
Good.
So tomorrow night you're up there in Auckland, obviously a bit of a hit out against the All-Stars. That's just to get both teams prepared for next Friday, Saturday, and whatever happens there doesn't really resonate, because just getting some track time, especially for young Frankie here and Charlie, and just getting used to some of the hits, what you're going to plan, what you're going to do. It's kind of like a little warm-up, isn't it, to next Friday, Saturday?
Absolutely. The problem we have coming over, obviously, all the other teams have teams raced, they've done teams races lately, they've done, so they've already done this sort of thing, but we never ever do anything like that at home. So obviously we haven't got together as a team. So to have this one at Auckland tomorrow night, we could have done with a couple of races tomorrow night, really, just to put people in different roles, because I like to try and throw people in different roles to watch what they're doing and see what they're doing, and maybe it might be to influence it in a different way, you know what I mean? But we've got one race, so we're gonna mix it up a little bit, and I can see how they all get on.
All right, yeah, he's right though, Books. When you think when they come from the other side of the world, they got to jump in these cars and get out there and do what they're doing, and it's credit to them and everyone behind that supports them to get third that big event last year. When you take a look at the context, like young Frankie here, he's just blowing in now. He's got to jump into a car tomorrow night and then build up for the biggest event on dirt here in New Zealand. And, they do it tough, but they bloody leave it out on the track. Yeah, well, we talked about that the other night too, Kins, I don't know if Frankie them saw it, but we talk to some of the drivers about, it's like a rugby player at the start of the season, he's a bit fragile, so to speak, and as the season goes on, the body tends to be able to handle the hits and everything like that, and some of our guys, a lot of our teams guys have already teams raced quite a bit already, so their bodies are and raced a bit, so their bodies are ready for that impact, so to speak, where you guys come in all fresh. Some of you do the 240, so you get a little bit of the conditioning, but not much. But the likes of Frankie Jr. there, he's going to jump in a car fresh and have not even been hit or touched, and this weekend I imagine it'll be a little bit of a gentleman's agreement, no big wind-offs or anything stupid like that, because you've got teams in next week. So it's more is it more for you just to feel the car and track time that way rather than actual teams racing?
Yeah. To be fair, I do my fair share of crashing at home. I'm still used to that, but it's definitely nice to get back in the car and get back used to where your mirrors, stupid stuff like where your mirrors are, where your gear stick is, so it becomes easier and you don't really have to think about it.
That is one of the hardest parts for us to jump in these guys. So obviously when the team's racing in their own cars, they know exactly where everything is, they know what they're doing, they know what they're looking at. But for these guys, I raced last weekend, so I've got a bit of an idea, but like for Charlie and Frankie and Niels and Carl, they jump in these cars and you know, when they crash, your instinct is to go for your gear stick on the car where your car back home. But unless you're used to where everything is, and that split second does make a difference, and it's just getting used to that, you know. So obviously tomorrow night will help with that, and obviously good judging the, you know, the blocking roll, judging where the cars are coming, how fast they're coming, you know, to get up to speed, you know, and hopefully we can get that up to a little bit tomorrow night to get us sorted for next Friday.
Yeah, definitely. Hey, talking of next Friday, obviously, this time next week, the fans will be sitting there in the stadium watching it all unfold. You've got the Busters, and the next team joining us straight after you guys is the Giants. You've got the Giants. So any team these days, every team is tough, but anything's possible.
Absolutely, like it showed last year when, you know, a lot of the top teams went out on the first night. You just don't know. A team's race is a team's race. If that team gels on that night and gets it together, you know, and the teams have changed over the years. Well, I have noticed that, like years ago, you know, every team had a couple of good cars tops. Now every team has got 5-6 top cars in it, so they're all quick, and that's what's hard about it now. You know, you've got so much decent tackle racing out there, and drivers to match. So obviously, you know, the job is so hard.
Yeah, we talk about that all the time, actually, about how, like, I don't rate anybody as, I don't call it an upset anymore, because, like you say, every person that's driving now has got a top car and they're a top driver. There's no one at teams that shouldn't be at teams that's more than capable of running or blocking. So I don't believe in this underdog status anymore or upsets, because, like you say, anybody on that night at that time can win that team's race.
Absolutely, a split decision, wrong decision, team's race flips totally the other way. It's just, and it has, you know, I don't know if it got mundane years ago, but obviously the top teams were always going to win. But nowadays, it could be any of them.
Yeah.
You know, and I have noticed that a lot these last few years, and and that's good though, because, you know, everybody's going to that team's champs, and they don't know who's going to win. They just don't know who's going to win, and that's got to be good for the job. It really has.
I got no idea how TAB sorted out the odds, that's for sure.
Yeah.
Hey, you know, it's a tough bloody gig. Hey, just in regards to the square where you do all the scrutineering and you see all the fans turn up there from right smack in the middle of town. And we asked the drivers over the last few days, you know, in some point of view, they're kind of celebrities in the sport, because this is the chance for those to have photos, get autographs, have a bit of a one-on-one chat. Do you feel like that compared to back home? You know, the presence of the crowd and really putting the races on the pedestal when they represent a team? Do you kind of get that feel of their celebrity status as such?
Yeah, absolutely. That, you know, the square, everything with the scrutineer and everything, it's just absolutely superb. Them fans that are there come and meet us, they can buy the merchandise, the sport, the team, signatures, everything about it. And obviously the signing of the before the meeting as well, when we do the signing in the shed, and that, it's all part of it. And people just want to, you know, we're going that way more back home as well. You know, the spectators are feeling part of the show, which is part of it. That, you know, they're coming along, they're keeping us all on track. You know, yes, we entertain them, but you know, without them, you've got nothing. You know, you've got to look after what the spectator wants these days. And, you know, if they want to come and meet the fans, talk to the drivers, that's exactly what we do. And, you know, we're only human at the end of the day. We're just sat here, you know what I mean? And we want to speak to them. It's part of what we do.
Yeah, 100%. And what people need to put in perspective as well, you're halfway around the other side of the world. So it's a big trek, you know, and financially it's huge to get you all here and to be here in our country like you are now, boys, enjoying that beautiful sun, and the sky behind you matches the color of your beautiful merchandise. So no doubt for the fans, you will have some of that available. You got t-shirts, hoodies, and what, bucket hats, caps, or what's the deal with all the merch?
Yeah, guys, got all the t-shirts and everything. We'll have them at the square next week, so we're all good. Yeah, we've got plenty of them this year. So yeah, come along, and like they said, that's part of it. People want to support and get involved, and, you know, buy the merchandise, and it just helps out the team. So yeah, super.
I think only with us only being here once a year as well, it's kind of a, you know, it's a one-off kind of thing every year, and it's, the fans know that, and it's just, yeah, it's unreal.
It's just
the love we get out here is unreal.
But that's what makes us do it. It is what makes us do it. It keeps us doing it. You know,
it's good, eh? But I'm just thinking that with your dad coming over so many times to race, and he would tell you when you went back home what it was like and stuff like that. When you finally came to do it yourself for that first time, was anything in perspective for you, what you were expecting, or was it just like, holy snap and duck shit, look at this is unreal?
You'd been every year, hadn't you?
Yeah, I'd been over every year and watched, and you kind of get half an idea, but there's a big difference watching someone get a hit and actually being the person to get hit. You know, it's easy to sit and watch a race and go, oh, he should have done that, or I don't know why he didn't do this. But when you're actually in the seat and you've got to make those decisions for yourself, it's a different thing completely. But
you learn fairly fast, though.
Yeah, it's not really something you can teach anyone. You know, I've been. You just have to get on track and do it, and you learn from your mistakes. And in this sport, your mistakes hurt.
Yeah. And what's it like for you, young Frankie, racing alongside Dad? Because obviously we've got a father, son, and another member of the Giants joining us. So what's it honestly like, especially at that big event, being on track alongside with Dad? What's it? That's special.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, it's fantastic. I mean, it's a privilege to share the track with him, but at the end of the day, if he wasn't good enough, he'd be off the team. But when he's that good, and
that's exactly how it is. You know what I mean? And it's kind of part of what we're doing, because obviously if you don't trust your team members or you don't think your team members are good enough, then you haven't got a gelled team.
Yes.
You know, but like I said last week on the interview we did last week, there's not many Superstock drivers that enjoy getting hit. And you've got to enjoy getting. It's a stupid thing to say, but you've got to know that you're going to get hit, and you've got to deal with that, and you've got to learn to enjoy it, and then bring it back and hit them. And that's just, it's what fetches the good teams racers out of the ones that don't want to do it. So yeah.
Hey, for you, young Frankie, since Dad's talked about hit, and excuse me if I say this is a bit of a swear word, when you're sitting there on the track, young Frankie, Dad gets taken to the wall big time. Do you sit there and go, fuck, it's my dad, you know, and then you just put the foot down.
That was a terrible accent, wasn't it,
And I'm sorry, but do you do it and go, I'm going to get, you know, you're going to get that bastard or whatever? What goes through your mind?
I don't think I've ever sounded like that, but no, it is what it is. You know, when we're on track, you know your teammates, and they're just a teammate, and you know he's a fairly tough driver, so he's usually all right. So I don't worry about it. I just try and make the best of the situation.
Again, that is a part of what you do learn, because it's same for me. We're having my son out there. I've got a job to do out there. I've got a role to do, and I've got to stick to that. And if Frankie gets cleaned out by somebody, then I've still got to do my role. I can't sort of try and go after the kid that took Frankie out or whatever. It doesn't work like that. And that's where it gets where you've got to be. Yeah, you've got to be focused. That's your role. Do your role. So yeah, and we all know that's what it is. So.
I never heard such a worse imitation of an accent in my life. To be fair, that was really quite bad.
I was trying to work it on.
You can't get a bloody Mary boy like that to do an English accent. It just don't work.
I want to go fucking hell, and you know I want to say that one.
And he watches EastEnders all the time too.
In Emmerdale Farm.
Emmerdale Farm, yeah.
Yeah, Emmerdale's a bit nearer. We're a long way from EastEnders,
Oh, bring the Rovers down. I'll bring the Rovers with the bar and everything. Anyway, we'll leave it at that, because obviously to get you guys here, there's a massive sponsor list that helps drives the team. Guy and everyone does the work behind the scenes. We'll just share the sponsors list, because these two are just soaking up the sun, working on a bit of a tan, but that is what the sponsor list looks like. That's what makes this team arrive to our beautiful country for them to put on a show and a spectacle, which will be this Friday and next Saturday. So get along and support it. Right, is there any thanks you want to say, Percy, from you two before we wrap it up with you two?
Yeah, just literally for the sponsors and everything. PTS and Scott Myers for me, particularly for the car this year. Probably Mitch and a few others who've been working hard on the cars to get the team car ready for Frankie and stuff. And yeah, everybody knows what an effort it is to get everything ready out here, and we just appreciate everything from everybody. Really, it's there's too many to mention. Obviously, Guy puts a lot of work in behind the scenes to to make everything happen for us. And obviously Bruce at the track as well. So
I think if we were to sit here and list everyone that makes it happen, we'd still be sitting here next week when the teams is on.
Peter won't be on later on, so he won't get time.
All right. Hey, as always, it's a pleasure to catch all yous and to have yous here in the country doing what you do, entertaining the fans. And we look forward to catching up next Friday in Palmy. But all the best tomorrow night in Auckland, eh? And enjoy the sunny weather. And as always, it's a pleasure to have you on our show. And thanks for joining us. And we'll catch up soon, eh?
Thank you very much.
All right, thank you.
Thanks, guys. And safe travels down to Palmy too.
Thank you.
Thanks, team.
Cheers. Bye-bye.
Yes. Here we go.
Jeez,
Kin's just embarrassed our country with that terrible accent.
It was shit, eh?
If the English people are watching over and they're watching this today, or the early hours, they'll be going, bloody hell.
See, that's why we have fun with the good bloody laugh.
Yeah.
A Mary boy trying to do a Pommy
Cheeky
accent,
Mary, that was giving us assholes.
Oh, fucking hell. Where we going?
Who's the ones that have been drinking tonight? Them or us?
Where are we going to head to? We're going to catch up with our bro Ammz.
Yeah, we'll do Ammz now. We'll get him in the gate and get his stuff done quickly, and then we'll move on to the Giants. Here we go, Ammz, mate. What do you think of that? Kinser's accent, eh? Terrible.
Oh, fucking hell, man. You all right? You all right, Kin? You all right? Hey.
Oh,
How, boys? How?
Yeah, mate.
we're good, mate. So, enjoy the weekend just gone with the Mahi with the Pits TV, bro, doing what you do out there, and you can't beat a 240s, eh?
No, it was another fantastic weekend of racing, and I mean the 240s. I just love the product as a whole. You know, it just year in and year out, it brings in the thousands of fans to watch arguably probably the best superstock racing every season. So, and a big congratulations to Joshy on taking that out. Those who are thinking, turning up to think that Heat 3 was going to be an all-out war, you probably turned up for the wrong reasons, because I thought every race, it didn't matter what it was, whether it was qualifying or consolations, it didn't matter. There is one place that turns it on for superstock racing, and that's hands down TWS Paradise Valley Raceway. Man, if you have not been there to watch superstock racing, you are missing out big time. Give yourself an uppercut.
Oh, hard out. Look, the ladies even put on a good show as well for the Aotearoa Ladies Crown, you know, sponsored by Rees there. And hey, Brittany winning that, and credit to her and to the other two on the podium. So, yeah, they surely entertained. There was some riles, there was some hits, there were cars going all over the show over the 2 nights. But we're here to celebrate the excellence of Speedway with all the mahi that you do, bro. Should we get into it, eh?
Yeah, that's right. Another weekend has come and gone, race fans, in terms of a competition for the Only Ammz Speedway Awards of Excellence. The only class not getting on the board over the weekend was the sprint cars. But hey, take nothing away from those guys. I'm sure they'll be back possibly this weekend or over the next couple of weeks. So we will actually bypass them, as we usually start the segment with them. We will bypass them and start with the Tony Cardwell medalist for sprint car for Super Saloon. Mm-hmm. Racing Excellence. My apologies there. But man, if the alarm bells weren't ringing for Sam Waddell, they will be right now. And I'm sure Kins will bring up the picture. We have a new leader at the top. It is the 8A of Craig Cardwell overtaking Sam Waddell, man. And
wow.
Yeah, as we have been saying over the last several weeks now, if we thought Sam Waddell had the competition, well, the points chase all locked up with the key thrown away, then we thought wrong. Waikaraka, the only track that was able to run the Super Saloons on the weekend. Just scraping enough, I might add, to meet the criteria for racing there over the weekend. But hey, take nothing away from Craig Cardwell taking the lead there at the benefit of the smaller field of cars. And I mean, how good is that? You know, you got the competition or the medalist section for these guys named after the Super Saloon legend himself, Tony Cardwell, which is of course is Craig's father. So yeah, for the meantime, Craig, if you're listening or you're watching him, man, take the time, bask in the ambience. You are the new leader for the Tony Cardwell medalist for Super Saloon Racing Excellence. Moving on now to the Peter Rees medalist for Stock Car Racing Excellence. And well, hasn't just Kyle Rowe, man. He's just hitting the straps right now. Over the last several weeks, he's been the top driver of the crop, and it's seen him extend his lead. At the top of the points table there on 78 points, Dion Henderson. A bit of a lull moment at this time. I see the stock car is on the market with intentions of going Superstock Racing, and who could blame the young man as talented as him. But a relatively unchanged lineup, I must say, race fans. The only driver of surprise taking by the Ammz's eye at the moment is the 86P of Beau McLeod, climbing up a couple of spots there. The Palmerston North driver, known affectionately on my Snapchat as Boza. So, Boza, if you're watching, buddy, looks like you've had a good couple of weeks of excellent results there at Robertson Prestige International Speedway. Moving on now to the Roger Bertram medalist for Modified Racing Excellence, brought to you by Pocono Auto Centre. And I must give a big shout out to the 69H of Brett Parsons. He runs Pocono Auto Centre there. Privileged to have him on board, sponsoring the modified section for the Only Ammz Speedway Awards of Excellence. Looks like he is ready to hit the track in the 69H modified as we look at the current points chase at the moment. And it looks like Brad Lane has cleared out, is out of touch for the meantime. But hey, we talked about this with Sam in the Super Saloons, right? So I'm not going to hold my breath just yet because, hey, it's still a long way to go in the season. So, but for the meantime, your 1NZ New Zealand champion for the meantime, Brad Lane, your leader there on 84 points. And of course, we will finish the section with the Shane Penn medalist for Superstock Racing Excellence. And we talked about the World 240s just earlier in the segment. Your winner, Josh Prentice there. However, not showing in the top 10 just yet. From the last I looked at the points before coming on the show, pretty sure he was around the top 20 mark. So not too far away. He is making headway towards the front, but take nothing away from your current 1NZ champion, Todd Hemingway, still your leader. Probably less than desirable result for him on the weekend, but hey, still qualified for the main show. So was just able to scrape a couple of points in there and stretch it out to 68. A couple of points ahead of Quinn Ryan, who sits there in second place on 65. So that's how the shape up of the top 10 for the Shane Penn medalist for Superstock Racing Excellence looks for the meantime. Just before I close out the segment, I just want to reacclimatise ourselves with the JMax Speedway Chronicles Teams Echelon for Superstocks. And of course, our last update, and I'm sure Kins will bring up the image very shortly. There it is right on the screen there, race fans. Picking up from when we left off, pretty sure it was the Teams Invasion at Palmerston North preceding the Huntley Teams event, and the Panthers draw level there with the Giants development as we head into next weekend's big one. It is the greatest show on dirt, the Jutec and NZ Superstock Teams champs at Palmerston North, Robertson Prestige International Speedway. It is the place to be, race fans. This is the one we've been looking forward to the most. And that is the reason why they call it the greatest show on dirt. But as we saw there on the points chase there, the Panthers and the Giants development drew equal there on 10. Unfortunately, I don't think the Giants development will not see any teams racing for the rest of the season. But hey, to be drawn leaders there, if the Panthers there on 10 points is a pretty good achievement if you ask me, boys. Yeah. And of course, Books will be happy to know that the Hawkeyes are still in third place for the meantime. There's just a couple of spots down, but hey, I'm sure we will see a good shake-up of points and teams amongst the teams' rankings here for the JMax Speedway Chronicles Teams Echelon for Superstocks after the team's champs next weekend. Not to take anything away from two fixtures that are happening this weekend, as we had mentioned earlier in the show at Waikaraka Park tomorrow. The Auckland Allstars taking on the Great Britain Lions there at Waikaraka Park, but also don't forget the Beagles taking on the Nelson Tigers at Woodford Glen here in Kaiapoi, Christchurch. So two fantastic teams race to kick off the teams racing fever, as we call it, whānau. Plenty to get excited about. It is the NZ Jutec Superstock Teams champs happening at Robertson Prestige International Speedway. If you are not excited about this event, you need to give yourself an uppercut times 10. That is the end of my segment for another race fans. I will be have a weekend at home for me this weekend. I did have plans to go out to Woodford Glen, but my partner's heading out for Saturday night, so it looks like I'm stuck with the kids. not quite my plans I had for Saturday night, but hey, it's all good. We shared a load. So next time you will see me is at Teams Champs in Palmerston North. I do fly in on Thursday night, ready to take in the festivities. I'm not going to give away which team I will be for the weekend. I'm sure once you will see my graphic design work, you will know exactly which team I will be with, unless you see me there in person as well. As I said, team, plenty to get excited about. It is the big show, the greatest show on dirt, the Superstock Team Champs at Palmerston North next weekend. That's me for another week, team. Enjoy your weekend, wherever track you may be. Go and watch the Speedway action this weekend. Be safe, go and have fun, and we'll see you next week.
Cheers, Ammz.
Cheers, Ammz. Thanks,
We're ready to rock this chicken, man, I tell you.
Really. Yeah, he's actually going to be supporting the Otago Cougars, so I'll just say it.
I noticed you said that, then quickly chucked him down. Poor Ammz.
He's always told me he's a Cougars fan. Anyway, the Giants,
that's the older woman, not the car team.
That's what I mean, bro. That's what I mean. That's your next team that's going to be joining us. Obviously announced earlier in the week as well. And take a look at your Gisborne Giants. Huge fan base. And we're going to bring in Pete, Clarky, and we've got Ethan with us as well. Welcome to the show, gentlemen.
Hey, team.
Yeah. Well, positive, Booker.
Positive, mate. You know me. Me, Pete. I'm all about the positivity, brother. Hey?
Well, Kinser needs to stick to his day job.
Yeah, he can't do accents.
Yeah, English accents, eh? Fucking hell,
And I'm surprised for the amount of Emmerdale Farm he watches.
Mate, it rolls around another year, Pete. The action gets underway next Friday, Saturday, mate. Just gets bigger and bigger, and you just love it.
Yeah, it comes around pretty quick. Especially this year, like we've done less shows than normal for at our own standards, so coming around pretty quick for us.
What's it like though, Pete? Honestly, we had Frankie and young Frankie on the show, and they spoke about the event itself. For you, you live for teams, you love it. You got your two boys and your teammates around you, mate. It just gets bigger and better, and geez, the fans are just getting really hyped up for it now.
Yeah, Frankie Junior spoke really well. Actually enjoyed their interview, and your Pommy accent thing was next level. But, yeah, I'm like them. It comes once a year, something we look forward to, and then when it comes, something you're kind of a little bit, nervous of, but to be fair and honest. So come around again. I'm looking forward to it. We've got a good bunch of guys around us, and hard decisions are made for team picking and all that, but it's all part of it. And obviously the political side of it, we've got to control all the time. But in the day, next Friday, teams is here, and it's a huge thing for our Speedway calendar of Superstock Racing.
Yeah, he's right, Ethan. Dad's right, 100% right, Ethan. A lot of Superstock drivers may do out there individual racing, but when it gets to team racing along, Dad, obviously your brother in this particular one, but you would live for teams, eh? I don't know what it is. They just love it.
Yeah, teams are something different. Every year we look forward to this event, and not only this event, but we see the other minor teams titles that are around. But yeah, this is definitely the pinnacle of Speedway and Superstock Racing. So yeah, if you're not part of it, you're definitely missing out. So definitely stoked to be part of it once again.
Clarky, the opportunity to be amongst the team, you were never going to turn this down, mate. You love teams, and we've seen you in action out there on the track. You just looking forward to Friday and Saturday.
Oh, it's been pretty awesome. Yeah, obviously we've had a few meetings and done pretty well. So it's been good to get a grip of the car and just get back into it. I mean, pretty stoked and can't wait.
Right, teams racing is. Like you said, Ethan, it's the pinnacle for most people. We talk to most drivers, and they all prefer to teams race rather than individual stuff because, but a lot of the other drivers, this for all years, I suppose, this question is, a lot of the drivers have said how much more effort they put in they put that little bit more extra into preparing the cars because they don't want to be the car that sort of lets the team down, so to speak, if something goes wrong. Do you all sort of focus on that a little bit more or prep the same way? I mean, everyone has a different thing, but we'll start with you, Ethan. What's your thoughts on that?
Well, we probably prep our car quite thoroughly through the season, especially for the bigger titles. But yeah, definitely come Teams Champs, we're always bolting new stuff in and putting new stuff on the cars and new tyres and always going over every nut and bolt. And generally we do quite a few things that we probably wouldn't normally do in terms of like putting gearboxes in and whatnot. And yeah, but we like I say, we do prep our cars thoroughly for every meeting, but Teams is just that next step. And just make sure nothing's bent or no bent arms or shocks or anything. But yeah, we definitely go all out, make it happen, eh?
You're similar, Clarky?
Yeah, I mean, yeah, pretty much the same. Yeah, like during the week it's all pretty full on, but yeah, this weekend definitely is that next level, and you just got to make sure that everything's going to be right because you hate to be the guy that lets everybody else down. Yeah, so yeah, it means a hell of a lot more, that's for sure.
What about you, Pete? How do you dress the whole thing? Well, obviously with the cars, all that stuff, but how do you approach it?
Mid-season, so the car needs a tidy up. It's come off the wheels for New Zealand. We're heading into the teams, so a big tidy up's a must. And if your car breaks down next weekend, you're not letting yourself down. You're letting your team down.
Yeah.
So you go the extra mile, and you'll notice our cars, new panel work, new wings, new steel work, gearboxes are cheap, clutches are cheap. They come out like it's a new season next weekend. And everyone, new rubber. I mean, we go to teams to wreck our cars basically and wreck our bodies, and yet our cars look and hopefully perform like they're brand new. And all teams are doing that now. I mean, gone are the days you turn up with old rubber, old diffs, old shocks. It's a different level these days. Like Frankie said before, you're in it to win it, and it's a huge title to win. So you spend the time and the money and the energy making those cars like brand new.
For you, Pete, I mean, like me and Kins always talk about how we do this build up 2 weeks before the big event because most teams are in the shed all that week building up flat out doing their stuff. But for you as a race car builder, you're in the shed this week as well, flat out. Are you flat out doing customers' cars preparing for teams, or is you also doing steel work for teams to come on other cars already?
Well, week in, week out, we get repair work. And we don't know what's coming, so it could be 2 days, 3 days, could be 4 days, could be a whole week. This week we've just taken phone calls for spares for teams, and like it's serious when someone orders 10 wheels and a whole set of arms and new bodies and new bonnets and so for us it's harder. But like as of tomorrow afternoon, we switch off. Hopefully we've caught up with all our orders, and next week we're completely just on our own stuff because our team's probably more important than our customers. Dare I say it? But that's the way we prep. And hey, we are taking next week off to do our own stuff, and come next Thursday, we should be ready. We should be at our sponsors, Tom Ferries, enjoying the moment and hopefully relaxing a bit before the big show on Friday.
Hey, Ethan, we were talking yesterday with the teams, Ethan, and a lot of them getting all their panels done, signage all done as well. And when do the Giants get all their liveries all done, mate? When's that going to be able to be visibly seen, whether it's on the social media or McVerry's? When's that all happening, mate?
So panel kits are done now. They were done luckily by Carl. Simon Fusion's done an awesome job getting them done so quick. But in terms of unveiling them, will be at McVery, BMW next weekend for our sponsors event, and then after that we'll be at obviously the showroom for the Friday day. So we'll keep it under wraps until then, and then obviously sponsors get the first look because they spend obviously the money and put the time into the cars, and then we'll and then we'll unveil it to the public after that. So yeah, definitely exciting because they look flipping awesome. So as always, so yeah.
Yeah, they do. Yeah, we enjoy ourselves there, eh, Books? You know, we
Yeah, I'm
love
going
it.
to come
We laugh
take
it
some
up.
sneak pics and put it over Facebook and cause a stir and nah.
Facebook's banned. Facebook's banned, boy.
I'll be
Books,
out there
gotta
like,
be
check
positive.
this out. Look, I'm first. Yeah, whatever. Just
But,
on that
you'll
note,
have your-
sorry, go.
You'll have all your merch and everything there, as always, you know, for the fans.
Yep, yes, I believe that's all going to be there for obviously purchasing and whatnot. We have merchandise, posters, everything that's going to be there. So if you want to get in quick, because normally we sell out within the first couple of hours. So yeah, make a point to get in there.
Wing cutouts, got the wing cutouts and all that stuff there
Yep,
as well. Always a
we've got
good
those,
collector's
yep.
item, and you get some of the teams. Bring along a Vivid and get the team to autograph. Sorry, Books, you're going to ask something, mate?
I was just going to say with Ethan, he just said the sponsors night and then the Friday inside McVerry's, but as I say to Pete, that might not be the case this year for McVerry's on the Friday. Might be people need to watch this space.
Oh, me?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
yeah, your name's Peter, isn't
yeah,
it?
Tom.
Wake up.
Yeah. Tom's in that health and safety world, and Friday's a weekday, so he actually forgot about it, and so did we all. So we're going to make do just beside McVerry's this year. He's found a way around it. But he's got a big workplace. He's got a workshop full of working people, so health and safety don't allow what we normally do. But probably what we're going to do is different, and different's cool in our book. So it's still like McVerry's, still come down Princess and Queen Street there, and catch up with the cars and that. And I believe one of our cars is shooting down to a new sponsor down Subway, just down the road from McVerry's. So go down and get some Subway, and then shoot down and get some autographs from us and apparel there, because Brendan's there once again has done an awesome job of organising that with some special things for the kids, with some toy cars and that coming along that we haven't actually seen yet. But you know what Brendan's like, he goes the extra mile. So Friday's where it's going to be. And on Thursday night, our sponsors are going to enjoy our company at the from McVerry's new yard, BMW, just down by Mobile on Rangitikei Street.
Awesome. Hey, Clark, I know these two gentlemen done teams for many years, Clark, especially Pete for a long time. How many years have you been behind the wheel, Clark? How many years have you done teams, Clarky, yourself? I know you had a little break there, but behind the wheel, how many years have you been out there on the track? I know you've been in a couple of teams as well. How many years have you done actual teams racing?
Quite a few in the stock car. And then, only, I don't know, 2 or 3 years in the Superstock. Yeah, I had a year off last year. The sixth driver for these guys, and then so this will be my second team's chance. So I don't know, heaps of years in the stock car. But
so prior to that, Clarky, sneaking in with your beers, mate, to sit there in the crowd to watch the event. How many years, and when did you get introduced to the event?
Well, I live in Gisborne most of my life, so that was pretty much, it was in the middle of nowhere basically. So I probably didn't actually come to teams till about 2012, 2013 sort of thing. Always watching it on the TV and bits and pieces, but never really got the opportunity to go because Palmerston North's just like the other end of the world when you're 20 years old, 19 years old sort of thing. So we didn't really get to go, to be honest. So it was always just watching the YouTube videos, greatest hits and bits and pieces, and it was always been one of the things to do. And now here we are. So the other times have turned.
Well, talking of YouTube videos, do you watch any in-car footage? Because we had a few of the guys on the show earlier in the week, particularly talking about Ethan and a few others. Watch the in-car footage. Bruce Robertson spoke highly of Pete and how he's a master on the clay. Have you watched many in-car footage of other drives to kind of get you prepared for next Friday, Saturday?
I always scan the old YouTube and yeah, there's definitely a few standout, drives on YouTube. I mean, I don't need to name them all, but
Yeah.
the bloke sitting next to me's done a pretty good one once upon a time. So it's it's definitely it's interesting watching how everybody operates, and like Frankie said, like you just got to get your head in the game and just do what you can, so try not to tune in too much and just sort of focus on what I need to do. So it's always it's definitely it's an event that I always look forward to. So yeah.
We don't need to ask Ethan how long he's been. There's pictures of him sitting on the front of Dad's car as a little fella in the team's parades, isn't it? So what was your earliest memory of teams champs, Ethan?
I can't remember the date, but it was when Dad flipping done a big roll against Otago Cougars down the back straight. I can't remember what year it was, but it was quite early on in the piece. I would have only been probably 8 years old maybe, but yeah, my memory's not the best, but yeah, it was probably one of my first memories of team champs.
Was Dad rolling down the back straight?
Yeah, he done a few little wheel stands off turn 2, and then eventually it picked in and went for a big tumble, and up and over he went. So I remember in the stands with my nana crying and bawling my eyes out, but she was alright.
That's cool, eh? Oh no, Daddy's hurt.
No, it was all good. It's all good fun.
That's awesome. That's an awesome memory.
Yeah, we'll be. I think we're up to. I don't know. With the Giants, we're probably about 10 years now for the Giants. So it's been quite a few years that way. So yeah, it's pretty cool to be part of it, eh?
It's cool, eh, Box? When you see
mate,
those kind of memories, eh?
Well, stories like that you hear, it takes me back to the good old days of Speedway. Like it's just like the next group we got on next, like Scotty Tennant, he'll have memories like that too, because he's got a bloody Speedway brain like you don't believe to remember all that stuff, And I mean, do we even ask you, Peter, how long you've been racing? Can you even remember, mate, or is it a bit of Alzheimer's kicks in every now and again and you don't quite get there? Or?
I got some good memories, some real good memories. Like I had a good race against Rotorua once, and I had a good race in a stock car against Auckland once. I've had some bad races. As part of the Panther team that won 4 in a row, and I've had real good memories. And you learn. I think you learn to appreciate that the event is about the racing, not individuals. So yeah, I mean, you can't help the event. It's just something that I enjoy. I enjoy helping. Let's face it, we're actually helping 4 teams with the Gisborne heaving. Stratford have got 2 of our guys. Hawke's Bay, your team's got 1 of our guys. Mustangs have got 1 of our guys. So I look at it like we're actually helping the team champs carry on. So I've probably got bigger memories than most competitors at the moment because I'm probably the oldest idiot out there.
Besides Kerry.
Oh, yeah, good point. So Kerry can claim idiot crown, so I'll just take that. I enjoy it the most out of everyone.
Yeah, that's awesome. Yeah, I mean, everybody talks about, they talk about that year that Pete up against Rotorua sort of by himself. It was a hell of a drive, and I think someone made mention to it the other year in an interview in the pits about it. They got lost to the Giants, and they said, well, you can't stop Peter when he's in one of those bloody moods. So that was some good, and they talk about it being a teams thing at teams. It's not individual, but we seem to always see an individual something come out of teams, though, don't we? Something that someone's really stood out to everybody's eyes, and I think that's good too. All the young guys coming in, we're seeing some of that. Like last year, young Cody Chatfield, he stood out a bit for his role and how he raced last year, and I think that's another beautiful thing about teams champs is we seem to get the spotlight on some people that don't normally get the spotlight on their individual side of it and get that recognition. And I think that's a great thing. What do you guys think of that? Do you think that's good for the sport, that someone that's not normally in the limelight in this individual, but in teams, they make a name for themselves and get a bit of that status behind them? What do you guys think of that? Start with you, Ethan.
Yeah, well, definitely. like everyone that goes to Team Champs deserves to be there for a reason, and that they stand out in their own club or at a national title or whatever. And I mean, hey, it's a team event, as we've all said, but it can sometimes take that individual brilliance to flip and make it happen, and get the team across the line. But yeah, it's cool to see, like say, the young fellas last year, Cody Chatfield, all the newbies like Caleb Mooney and that come along and actually make a big name for themselves, and they don't back down. And I mean, once upon a time, we were all that stage back then. Like when we were younger, we were all pretty ruthless and mongrelized and made it happen. But as you get older and wiser, you start thinking a bit smarter, and then eventually the next guys come through, and yeah, here we are now creating another generation. So yeah, it's unreal.
Awesome.
It's a cool part for the sport, you know.
It is cool, Box. You know, that's why we love and enjoy what we do. We go and support the event, and it's no different to what Ethan said there. He's pretty well nailed it on the head. It's a good part of the sport, and that's our show. It's the positivity. You know, you knocked it on the head with all that negative keyboard warrior shit yesterday, so that was good. And we just need to get behind the teams and support them, because they're the ones that put themselves there. 100,000 plus machines. We've got to be positive and get out there and love what they're going to be doing out there. Hey?
What's that, Peter? What are you mumbling in the background there?
Hang on to it, Butch.
Don't get angry, eh? Don't get angry.
Hang on to it,
Oh, look, I'm ready. I'm pumped for teams, mate. Like I say, bring back the beach balls, have some fun, get the chanting going. Everybody sing "Come on the Bay," join in. It's an awesome song to sing. I got to be loyal. I'm loyal. We support. The thing is, for me and Kins, we support all our teams that go to champs, because everybody that's there deserves to be there. End of story. And whoever wins it deserves to win it, because to be the best, you got to beat the best, and that's bottom line, you know. But I'm loyal to my team, and I'll support my team whether they win or lose. But I'll also support the rest of the teams without being negative towards them, you know. So, and that's what we've got to do, and just respect what's going on in front of us on that track, because you guys are the gladiators of our sport that put yourselves on the line to entertain us. For, let's face it, it's a hobby. It's not a professional sport. You all go to work on Monday and race for us on the weekend. So my hat's off to everybody that races in the team champs.
All right.
Yep.
Have you got your sponsors list handy there, Ethan? I suppose it's you, Jake, because you've got like shitload of sponsors on your car. The best thing about it really is just get on down and check it all out, because they all deserve the upmight thank you, because that's what supports the team, eh?
Yeah, we've definitely got our loyal sponsors. We've got some day one sponsors from when we first started Giants, likes of Hessel Poultry Farm, McVeary Crawford, Brent Body Prestige, Machinery Specialist, Harris Contracting, all those carry on. We've got some new ones come along. As Dad said before, Subway's come on board this year. Subway Princess and Rangitiki Street. Got Calhoun Construction up in Auckland, Gisborne Giants up in Gisborne, obviously. We've got Ross Pumps, we've got quite a few sponsors that contribute a lot to our team, and it doesn't go unnoticed, even though I've probably missed half of them, but they all know who they are, and they've all done their part for us, so we appreciate that as a team. So yeah, thank you all.
All right.
Yeah. Well, and the other thing too, you show them that appreciation anyway on Thursday night, don't you? You have a sponsors night, which I think is great to rally that around on the day before it all kicks in. So yeah.
Yeah, and that's once again thanks to Tom and McVeary Crawford, because myself and Dad probably couldn't organise that, so he's the man to do that. He puts the beers on and the food on, and it's quite good for the sponsors to have a look at the cars first hand, and then take it out of the drivers and say best of luck and whatnot, and then it's quite cool to have that. So thanks to Tom and Brendan obviously for organising as well. So yeah.
We've interviewed Tom a couple of times down there, haven't we, Kins? And he's always pumped and excited for the whole thing. So it's great to have someone like that on board for you guys. I think every team needs a Tom, don't they, really?
Oh, look, everyone needs a Sorry.
Everyone needs a base, eh? Like we've got our home base, and that's McVeary Crawford on the Friday night, and it's quite handy to have for us, because it's a place away from Dad's, and even though Dad's is at home, it's still good to be in town with public around us, and it's an awesome place. And then we see the Saturday, our home is Dad's workshop doing our cars, and once again public can come out, take a day, see us grinding and welding away and fitting tyres, and yeah, it's cool to be a part of the whole weekend day. So yeah, well worth it.
So is that again this year, Pete, the Saturday you'll open the doors again for people to come out and have a look-see at the Rees Race Cars headquarters?
Yeah, I think so. Health and safety out here is non-existent, so you're all welcome. Bring some glasses, because we've seen people come out here and just stand in front of sparks. No, but all welcome.
You enter at your own risk, like a speedway track, eh?
Our little road gets flooded with cars, and our neighbours just love it. So all welcome on Saturday morning to come and watch what we're up to.
Okay, cool. Right, I suppose we better wrap it up, Books, and
let these gentlemen get back to their families and
enjoy what they do. Hey, as always, it's a pleasure to have you guys on, and no doubt we'll catch up again towards the end of next week and see you all there and do what you do and entertain the fans. And once again, thank you very much for joining us, and catch up soon, eh?
It's a pleasure talking to a Mary Pom and a positive thought.
That's what they're going to call you this week at Teams now, kids, the Mary Pom.
And you can see his name, it's Positive Books now. Look, see?
Yeah. Thanks, guys. Awesome. Thanks.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Cheers, team.
See ya.
See you later. Hey, kids, you've been playing again, hey? Look at that. Bloody hell. It's been good so far tonight. Been a good night. I'm loving, it's Positive Booker, I'm loving the positivity of teams the last couple of days, all week, really. But don't forget, people, like I said, show us your support for your team. Put up a video in the comments, in those posts, just below this live post on our Facebook. Show us how much you love supporting your team. Sing them a song. Show some. We've had ones that have put songs in front of their TV with the picture behind them. So just get amongst it and go in the draw to win that. We've given away it's one whole big prize, which consists of that Century Batteries prize pack from Brett Studley at Century Batteries Napier, a $50 Pack-A-Save voucher from myself, and a $100 Repco voucher from Mike Harvey at Repco Huntley. And that's a hell of a prize to win just for showing your support of your team.
Yeah, 100%. Get behind it as the hype counts down, because this time next week we'll all be sitting around the track and watching it all unfold. On the Saturday, I'll show you a quick image. That's one of the Aussies, Darren Kane, who will be there driving. And if I can just move along to the next one, that is Kai Blight. Kai Blight, from memory, will be driving the 58P of Bingston's car. So he's going to be in town. And Darren Kane, from memory, is driving one of the Flynns. I think it's the 6B. Super Saloon, from out of the Hawke's Bay. So, the Aussies will be in town, as Bruce said to us on Tuesday night. The Yankees, the Americans, Vega and Mr. Buddy won't be in town. But who is in town next week is the defending champs, and we'll roll them into here. Scotty and Mr. H. Bomber Harley.
Oh, yeah.
The Glen Eagles. Hey, boys.
G'day.
How you going, lads?
Mate, we're good. We're excited ahead of, obviously, the event. How excited are you, Harley?
No, always excited for this weekend, eh? You dream as a kid growing up wanting to go to that event, so being a part of it's just awesome. A lot more prep in the shed, but that's what we do it for, eh? Looks like Scott's ready to go already.
I was going to say, it looks a bit flat. He's normally got the special screen behind him inside the car tonight. Shit.
Yeah, well, I'm running the mobile setup, so, Kinser sits in his little chair, so I had to one up him for tonight. So this is,
could have at least
truth be told,
on, eh?
Yeah, truth be told, this is the comfiest seat I have at this place at the moment, so I thought I'd sit in this for a bit.
Yeah, even got the Warriors top on, mate. Love it, eh? The old Wars.
Come on.
I wore it just for you, Booker. Just for you.
Hey, Harley, as a kid, what's some of your early memories of the Palmy teams? Obviously, being down there in the South Island, did you get introduced as a kid? I'm guessing you would have been one of those young boys, snuck your beers in there, joined the rest of the crew, and watch it all unfold.
Yeah, well, my granddad, my father's old man, actually used to race for the Glen Eagles back in the day.
Oh.
I don't think he was very good. I think his motor fell out at one stage and was on the back straight, and he didn't have a very good run, and then sneaking a few beers in here and there, and then my uncle was actually part of the Glen Eagles when they made the first ever final, and they got second. I think it was to the
Manawatu, whatever the Manawatu team was called
stinks.
back then. And just going up there, a few beers here and there, and then my first year I debuted was 2018, so the year before we won it in 19. So always a childhood dream to get there, and then here we are now, sitting next to this trophy.
Yeah, I can see the trophy sitting to your right-hand side there. But you, Scott, we talk about the memories. Obviously, you got fond memories of Dad racing for the Auckland team over the years gone by. You would have grown up around that kind of team stuff environment, not only at the Auckland track, but also, obviously, the Dad at Palmy as a young kid.
Yeah, for sure. And, Palmy was one of those places you'd go as a kid and, it wouldn't feel real, because you'd be watching it all the time on TV and you'd be lucky enough to go and, sit in the crowd. It's still one of those, it's probably the only place in the country I get butterflies when I go walk in the gates just because of, the memories and stuff and all the other guys that have come before us, watching them. So it's a special place. I don't know, just for me or for anyone else feels like that. But, when you go out those gates, it's a special feeling being on that dirt.
Right, and it's no different for Booker and I because Booker had a break for some time. I brought it back, and it just happened to coincide with his home team, the Hawkeyes, winning. It is a special place. You are right, and this is like with Harley and everyone else we interviewed, because as a fan, you know where it is every year, and as soon as you arrive there, now you're actually walking over the bridge. And memories of it being a special place for me was sitting there at 1 o'clock in the stinking hot sun, waiting to get tickets to get in. It's such a special place because year in and year out, already dates 7th and 8th, Saturday, Sunday, next year, 2026. That's why it's such a special place. We just congregate there now, thousands, to enjoy the entertainment that you men and lady will put on this coming weekend. It is books. He's right.
Oh,
it's just such a special place.
Well, yeah. Well, Scotty said like he walks in and gets the butterflies. I'm the same when it comes to Teams Champs. There's not many other tracks that I go to where you walk in the gate and as soon as you get there, you're flooded with memories of things. I mean, I grew up in Palmy, so we never used to sneak our beers and we used to just roll our chili bins in with us and sit up there. Back in the early days, you'd have to sneak your beer and I mean, you were cut by the end of it. But I think they still do now, but they get a bit violent now where we just used to laugh and push each other over. So, but, I get nervous, like, when I'm watching my team coming out the gate and they're doing their warm-up laps that first round, my team, I start getting all, but I'm not a driver by any, I've had one driver my whole life and I get all nervous, and that's the passion I have for this. And then if two teams come out that I don't know, but I have one team that I really think, I'd really like to see them win first, I get that butterfly feeling for them as well. It's an amazing feeling what it does for you, the sport, and if you really embrace it with that positive attitude, how much more exciting and fun it makes it for you, And for you guys as drivers, if you're getting nervous just going through the gate, Scotty, when you walk in, what's it like when you drive out that pit gate?
Oh, no, it all seems to fade away. I think when you go out there with your brothers and, they got your back and you got theirs, I don't know. It's a weird feeling because the crowd and everything goes away for me. I'll just go out there and try and stick to the game plan that we come up before and try and do my club mates and my fans proud. But in that grand parade when you're going around there and stuff like that, it's a cool atmosphere of the place. And if you're a New Zealand Speedway fan and Teams doesn't do anything for you, I don't know what will, because there's so much energy out there, and it's definitely a cool event to be part of. It's definitely a highlight of everyone's, anyone who's a stock car competitor or likes stock car racing, it's a highlight of the year.
Yeah, Harley. Hey, he's right, Harley. The nerves side of things. Do you still get a bit of nerves, mate? Knowing this is the biggest event on the show, it's going to be jam-packed. The scrutineering down at the square is massive. You guys are like celebrities. That parade is huge. You still get the odd nerves?
No, I'm pretty good now. I haven't got the nerves. You probably get a little bit nervous when you're gritting up, but as soon as you jump the clutch and you're getting into it straight away, they sort of go, and you're just keeping an eye out and making sure like Scott said, your brothers are doing their job, and if everyone does their job, then 9 times out of 10 you're going to pull off the win. So the main focus is just on the game plan we set in place and making sure you stick to your job.
You guys have got a huge following, and this is understandable, obviously, for 2 years in a row. A lot of Christchurch fans travel up. You see your merch around everywhere. It's just massive. And the honest truth, you guys must really feel like celebrities down there in the square. You're doing photos, you're doing autographs, obviously winning the championship and then winning it again last year. You got the trophy right next to you, Harley. Do you feel like sometimes you're right up there on that pedestal as a celebrity in some sense with the teams?
Oh, that's pretty cool. You go up to Palmy like this year. We're going up on the Thursday. We cross the water, so you go walk into the bar and people are like, oh, is that such and such? And it's quite a cool feeling, And then the little kids come up and wanting signatures. And I remember back when I was a young fellow, I was running around the pits, getting my favourite drivers' signatures on the back of my T-shirt and running around thinking I'm shit hot. So no, it's a pretty cool feeling,
Yeah. Do you get that still, Scotty?
Oh, yeah, it's just cool. Like sometimes I'm pretty chill about it, I guess. But it's when I see how much it means to other people, it gets me fired up. I think that's probably more than anything. It's more than just some teams racing for people. It's an event they come and support. They want to see their region do well, or go and represent their region well, and it means a lot to people, and that fires me up. I'll go out there and do my own thing if in an individual race, but that's nothing compared with teams. You feel like you got the real weight of the whole region behind you, and yeah, it's cool to be able to do something to impact a bunch of fans, and win or lose, you're out there representing their club and their region, and it's cool to see how many people really follow it, really get into it. That's what fires me up, If it was just team racing versus everyone else, it probably wouldn't be as big, but the fans really make it, I think.
Have you guys been defending champions and back-to-back champions? Do you feel that a little bit of pressure, bit more pressure on you guys coming into this year? Like, I mean, I don't see a lot of the Facebook, but what I do see, there's a lot of people that are saying they're going to do it again. They're going to do it again. And obviously you go there believing you are going to do it again, because if you don't believe you can win, there's no point being there. But do you guys feel that little bit of pressure, a bit more pressure on you to perform? It's like, for that. What about you, Harley?
There definitely was last year. We got a bit of flack, saying, oh, the team's getting lucky and all that sort of stuff. And then to go back to back, it sort of proved the point in my eyes. Shut a few of the people up. So going back to back, you sort of want to go that three. You're just pushing for that, and when all the boys are chomping at the bit, to try and do it. Little Gold Christchurch never won it leading up till 2019, and never thought after that we'd win it again, and then here we are, back to back. So, no, we'll definitely be going there and putting the car 100% on the line as the other 5 boys in the team. That'll be a good weekend. I'm looking forward to it.
He's right, Scotty. You just deal with that pressure, and once you get out onto the track, that green flag drops. That's it. She's all on again.
Yeah, I mean, like, there's always going to be pressure, and it's like that for every meeting. There's expectations put on you, but I mean, Malcolm Nartai puts it pretty good. He said it doesn't matter if we turn up again and never win it. We've won it once. That was more than what we ever thought was going to happen, or what anyone thought could do. Christchurch winning it. So it doesn't matter if we get beaten ever again. We've won it once. We've been there. So you just got to go out there and do your thing. I think I put pressure on myself, but it's to do as good as I can. That's the pressure I put on myself, and it's never anything major. I just want to go out there and do the best. If I can walk away and say that I did the best I could, and what more can you do, really? So I think the pressure was, Harley's right, there was a little bit of pressure last year, I think, because we obviously won and we wanted to prove that we're deserving winners, and I think we've done that. So we're just in it again with the same team plus another real experienced campaigner. So we're all chomping at the bit. I think the boys are more keen than last year, to go and give it all out there. So we're looking forward to it.
Yeah, hard out. And obviously, like Ali said, you head up on the Waitangi Day Thursday. Where will you guys be based on the Friday morning for the fans to come along and check you guys out, maybe buy the merch? Where you guys going to be parked up?
So we'll be at the neighbourhood again. It's the place to be. So, come down and see us, grab a drink, grab some food, and buy some merch. It'll be I think Malcolm's got all organised this year, so it'll be indoors, weather dependent, obviously. I don't want to say that too far out, but you know what Speedway weather's like these days. But we'll be inside, so come in, have a drink, come say hello to the guys, and grab your merch. It'll be hot items again this year, so get in early, get in quick.
Awesome.
It's cool, eh? It's cool,
mate.
they do it for the fans, and Hey, these guys are chopping at the bit. We do know Huggies is in the team as well. It's good concept, I would guess, because you guys obviously have done a back-to-back with the 5 drivers, but having that 6th driver in the team and with their own car, it's all about health and safety. It's a good thing, eh, Harley?
Yeah, I'm quite a fan of it as long as they're used when they're needed and not just used because the car's damaged, you know. So yeah, it is a good idea, and at least then that driver is comfortable in a car because they're in their own car, you know what I mean? So yeah, as long as it's used to the rule, then yeah, fair game.
Hey, just going back a little bit too to last weekend, Scotty. I know this is the first time that we've caught up with you. Just want to say, on behalf of the fans in our show here at Trackside with Kokpit, congrats, mate, on getting on that podium too. By the way, at the World 240s, eh?
Yeah, thanks, team. And yeah, it was awesome to be up there. Improve the pace of the car. So yeah, just a big shout out to all my fans and spectators and stuff like that that stuck with us. Obviously, a few rocky meetings and stuff like that, a few mechanical issues, but yeah, we had a good weekend, and yeah, it's cool to be even just in the mix for those big meetings. Like when you look at the podium and it's Josh and Ethan, and there's some legends around the place. It's cool just to be in the mix. So to come away with third, I'm stoked. So yeah, it was awesome.
It was amazing how many of some of the names you would expect to get in there that weren't even in the finals, So I think, and I talked to Kins and said that your car was flying as well around the track, So yeah, congratulations.
Yeah, I had a bit of a run earlier this season, which I even went out with a blown gearbox in one of the races just to get a bit more seat time. So hopefully that must have paid off. But yeah, it's always going to be with a three-man in from each group. It's a championship to get in. So it's well, you guys know how hard Rotorua is to get racing on, and you didn't have a chance to kick back and relax in that qualifying yet to really be on the money. So it was always going to be a case of getting through. Limited spots available, so that was the big challenge. And then obviously to go well in that field was awesome.
Yeah, hard out. Hey, and as we know, over this build-up, we've spoken to every single team. We started on Monday. We had the sponsor of the show, Dutek, obviously with us, Bruce Robertson, and we've spoken to every single team. And this is the last team that we have on the ranks of the shows we build up to. This time next week, we'll sit around the track and watch all the action unfold. So count down your sleeps until you look forward to arriving in Palmerston to be part of this. But Scotty, just for you, as defending champs, mate, you go out there. The Hawkeyes will be out there. They'll be singing their Come On the Bay. Booker will be leading the rat, no doubt as he does. But, mate, every team, anything is possible. They're all in a class act of their own, eh? But the Hawkeyes, they're not going to hold back. They know you're defending champs. They want to knock over the big boys on the first race. They're not going to give up, are they, Scotty?
Oh, no, absolutely not. Looking at it's no disrespect to the drivers of the past. Look at the drivers list, and every team's really strong now. It's not a case of a couple of teams. That you're really looking at 2 teams to win the championship. You're looking all the way down. So there's the team great drivers pool has never been stronger. There's class in every team, and yeah, it's the hardest event to win, I guess. Like it's going to take everything, and the boys are prepared. We're going to be prepared. Our cars are going to be prepared. So we'll give it our all, and yeah, may the best team win.
And Harley, look, you after that race, get into the pits, do what you got to do because you're going to host one of the home teams there. Your next race up against the Mustangs.
Yeah, no, it should be. We've got like Scott said, there's no team that's a weak link now that I look at. Every team's got a chance of winning it, and with a bit of luck, anything can happen. So. No, I'm really looking forward to it. Book today. I'm surprised Booker's not singing us a song while we're on here, but
I missed that last. What did he say that last? I heard my name.
I'm surprised you're not singing that "Come On the Bay" song.
Oh well, I'm not on tonight, mate. I did last night. I sang it last night twice.
Try and get in our heads early.
I accidentally pushed the "Come On the Bay" button last night twice. It was an accident. I didn't mean to. It was.
It should be a good weekend. The boys are all looking forward to it. It should be good.
Yeah. So after the Friday, where do you guys base yourself or workshops? Who's helping you guys up there in Palmerston? Where you're going to be setting up?
I'm not actually 100% sure. I haven't been in the group chat today looking. I've been too busy. But last I heard, I think it might have been at Ace Performance. So might be down there.
All right. just keep an eye on the Facebook page, race fans, for the Glen Eagles if you want to catch up with them. And these machines take a fair bit of carnage on the Friday. They got to get it prepared, obviously, depending on how they end up points wise, because it's so bloody close. You can win, and you might just miss out by 5 or 10 points. That's how tough Friday can be. We've seen teams over the years get there and win their races, but just not accumulate enough points to get through to the second night. Hey, Books, it's a tough gig, but that's teams racing, but we all love it as race fans.
Oh, mate, with the 13 teams now, it's points are a bit more important, like we talked about it the other night. That year the Hawkeyes, I think, went 2 years without losing the race, but never qualified. So it's important to get those points now, not just first place, but a few more as well. Because it's so close, and you just can't predict who's. I don't know how TAB do it. I can't say how you can predict who's going to win each race with the quality that we have out there in front of us, and all we can do is enjoy it, keep our fingers crossed for our team, and get that heart racing, I suppose. It's just, I can't wait, man. I'm pumped. I'm ready for bloody teams to be now. I wish it was next Friday now. We'd have already watched a couple of races. Hey, we've already got our hearts pumping. I probably would have said something stupid to someone beside me, and
singing that bloody song.
Singing that song, you're right, Harley. It's right, mate. I want to bring that back, though, I want the crowds to get behind their teams. They come out and sing and chant and just really enjoy it, because I'm sure with this, if a crowd starts singing and chanting out there, surely you can hear it in the helmet, and give you that little bit more of a lift, Do you hear any of the crowd when you're out there, Scotty? Someone's ringing Harley on his phone. That's what went black.
Yeah, no, he got sick of you talking about the "Come on the Bass" song. I think. So he's gone. But more so like just the energy of the crowd more than anything. Like with the helmet on and the car running, it's pretty loud there. But you can see the fans. You can, they're all getting into it. So we need to get the beach balls out there, and Hey Baby needs to be playing and stuff like that.
That's it.
Crowd going. Yeah. It's always good. It's always good when the crowd's pumping. You see it like the darts or at Formula and sevens as well, and like that's an awesome crowd and awesome atmosphere, and that's what it needs to be. So but a bit of a challenge to anyone like the crowd watching. Like turn up with these were some costumes. Like I got dressed up a few years. If you remember, we had a big Frankie Wayman head and like Jay Long head, and like we were getting into it. It was real good. So
that's what I want to bring back too. All that the beach balls, the fun,
best dressed.
That's just
maybe Bruce needs to put up a prize for best dressed or something. Maybe that can sponsor it. Regent Motors. Instead of car of the week, it's best costume at Team Champs.
There you go. Hey, that's the ticket. I love that idea, eh, kids? That's the ticket, mate.
Yeah. Bruce will love it too. I tell you, just ask him.
We're going to ask Bruce. But you're right, Scotty, because normally around this time of the event, there was always the rugby sevens that are underway, and everyone dressed up for the occasion, and it just had that roll-on effect into the Palmy teams. But I'll tell you what will get the crowd going is when Harley throws out his sponge out to the crowd, goes around on the parade, pulls the sponges out.
You don't want that thing. No, you don't want that thing.
You got to autograph. You got to autograph the sponge there, Harley, and throw it out.
Oh
no, yeah, see.
God, he sounded like
your voice has gone
now.
like a muppet that's got his pants too tight. What's happened there?
I'll jump in there.
Oh, no.
He's saying, no, that's a bad idea, Kinser. Sponges are off the cards. No deal, it's all over.
Oh, no.
There you go. We can hear him now. Yeah.
Is that better now?
Yeah, that's
the one.
That's the one.
So that's a good idea, eh, Harley? Autograph your sponge and throw it out.
Yeah, we'll do that.
That's bloody cool, all right.
I'd like to see all that fun come back in the crowd, and we could do it without being idiots too. Like that's the main thing, I think. Like last year, they told me when I tried to bring back the beach balls that every time they brought them out, security kept grabbing them and stabbing them. And
that's right. just keep bringing more out then.
Yeah,
Just come with more
exactly.
stock
Just
this time.
yeah, go to $2 shop. It must be able to get.
I mean, yeah, it's so much fun you can have of being part of it, and you guys, the fans get the best show. Like us as drivers, we don't get to experience it like you guys. And if anything, if there's one thing I'm jealous of, it's being able to sit there and enjoy some teams racing, because we don't get the chance. We're out there doing it, and that's cool too. But no, it's make it an event for yourselves and enjoy yourself and get to know the person next to you. It's always cool to meet new people and share some funny stories and cheer on your team no matter how badly they're going. So it's cool.
Yeah.
It's
Young.
Are they talking to you?
Yeah, hey. Hey. Do you know, young fella, you're gonna be in the Glen Eagles one day, mate?
You're gonna be in the Eagles one day, eh?
Yeah.
We try to get him in for this year, but they wouldn't sign off his license before teams.
I thought
Look at that. Look at the cool t-shirt he's got on. Bob. Look at that cool t-shirt.
I can't see Harley's hands in the way. Oh, there. Is that a Quinn Ryan,
Oh,
mate?
he's got a Quinn Ryan top on.
Yeah, he's got a Quinn Ryan top on.
Hey, live at the moment, so you're on the
We
screen.
need to get some better music playing across the mics, I think, to up the crowd to, songs that people can sing to. Like you go to some of those matches, what's that bloody Sweet Caroline song? Everyone knows that.
Yeah, Sweet Caroline.
Play that across and get everyone singing that, it just hypes up everybody, eh? Yeah.
Well,
Let's hope they do something. If you're watching Stu and the team, get something like that playing and get the crowd going and just have some fun.
Even as announcers, they should be singing along, just getting the
Yeah, get into it, eh?
Like Scotty said,
I reckon-
hey Baby by DJ Otzi. Play
Yeah.
that, the crowd gets
Yeah.
into that. It's huge in the UK.
Who let the dogs out as well? Like,
Yeah, yeah.
let's go.
Yeah.
Finger boys, like, man,
gotta
can't
have the
go wrong.
Bingo boys.
Yeah.
La, la,
Yeah,
la.
I reckon get Rusty back for one more. Rusty and Stu would be good in the box. Rusty can do one more. I know he retired a few years ago, but we miss him. And it'd be good to have him in the box. He used to bring the hype, and it was obviously Stu's the man as well. So I don't know. He's got one more in him, I reckon. Anyone that's talking to Rusty, tell him I said he could do one more.
One more in him. One more teams champs.
Yeah.
That's awesome. Well, we still need to get Scotty on Kins for the Stump Scotty night too, for charity too. We need to organise that
it's
this
coming.
season.
Yeah. Well, we'll do it. We'll do it before the end of the season. Yeah, or we'll find a week. We'll do that.
We're gonna do that for
100%.
charity, so that'll be a good idea, I think. Yeah.
Yeah. So keep an eye out for that one, and we'll definitely organise that.
Wicked, bro. All right. Obviously, there's a lot of people you both have to thank. There's your fellow teammates, your management, your families, your crews, everyone that puts in the extra mile in the shed to build up and grab all the spares. But obviously, the sponsors. Scotty, mate, you want to grab on some of your sponsors?
Yeah, so to start off, obviously we are the Suck It Up Glen Eagles, so it's Malcolm Nardai, the heart and soul of the team. So Malcolm puts everything into this meeting, so it's awesome to go out the gate and represent his brand and his image and go do the show for him. We've got Transform Paint and Panel. Sorry, they're going to be making all the cars look spick, and Transform Graphics, supplying the graphics and stuff. It's Coke and Wood for Glen Shop. Get on and support Steve, support the track. So it's awesome to have an initiative like that. So, and all our other sponsors, which is Hallenback Haulage, Anderton Decorators, the neighbourhood where we will be based out of, Fast Blast, Elite Wheel Co, AA Plumbing and Gas, Smith Crane and Construction, Marley Fiberglass, NZ Building Removals, Manawatu Concrete Pumping and Separating, and Spraying, sorry, Barry Inslee Building, BL Graphics, GearTech, Port Hills Forklift Services, Discount Tractor Parts, Phantom Engineering, and then obviously we'll be running Go Slideways on the car as always. So remembering our good mate, Go Slideways. So he'd be looking down on us, wishing us to go well this weekend. So hopefully we can put on a good show for him. So I just appreciate all the sponsors jumping on board. It's awesome to be running your brands and all the ones that returned as well. So it's cool.
I love that how you recognise that and used to Go Slideways because he was always going to be there, and it's no difference to a man that we lost last year as well. And I say we used his intro video at the start. Petrol Fumes, you could guarantee he was always going to be there on the side, doing what he'd done on his great video camera. So just recognising those who have done their little bit on the social media, because the social media around this particular event has just been blowing up. It's good to see all the images, the positivity, the professional stuff done behind the scenes for all of these 13 teams who are going to let it unfold this Friday and Saturday. I think that's a wrap for it, boys. It's been a great night. Thank yous for persevering and sitting in the back room and listening to, obviously, the Giants. And earlier on, we had the Lions, and good perspective over the whole week, Books, to hear the insight from these drivers. You know, they're entertainers in their own right. They put their machines, they put their bodies out there on the track for everything to unfold. And like Book and I have said throughout this whole week, be positive, celebrate what they do. Again, to you two and your team, congratulations on your back-to-back. Well achieved. It's something for Christchurch. They need this, and it's good vibe down there. It's a bloody brilliant place. We will catch up with you boys on Friday. Safe travels, and once again, we appreciate you being part of our show. Is obviously back-to-back defending champs. Thank you both.
Thanks, team.
Nah, cheers, boys. Cheers, what you're doing. I think Scott was going to do a shed burnout before you go too.
Yeah, they pulled the battery out, so I can't even fire this thing up otherwise. I'll tell Dad. Dad can give me a push start, and we'll get going, eh?
Thanks, guys, and I appreciate everybody
don't
that's
you
come
think
on the
it's a
show
bad
this week and given us their time. I know your time's busy at this time of year, so thanks to everyone that's given the time to come talk to us this week. You've made the show what it is, so thank you.
Nah, cheers, lads, and we'll see you
Thanks,
on Friday.
guys.
Yeah. See you, Palmy.
See ya.
Yeah, Palmy, yeah. Well, there we go, folks. That is obviously the back-to-back defending champions. The Suck It Up Glen Eagles doesn't get any better than, of course, this week. Yes, it's a lot of work that Booker and I put into this show, the preparation around it. We always do it 2 weeks prior to the event because we give the drivers, their families and crews that time to focus on the cars. Like they don't want to be letting down their teammates with something that could go wrong on the machinery. You know, we've seen it happen over the years. It could be something that's only a $2 part in the car. They could just do something. And unfortunately, it's a tough gig and it's a tough ask on the track. They put themselves out there for you. And I hope you have all enjoyed us bringing the show. This is our 3rd straight year doing the big pre-build-up to the GTEC NZ New Zealand Superstock Teams Champs, which draws thousands from around the country, the worldwide viewers from Video Hub as well. They're the place they will be delivering it. But make sure you get ahead nice and early. Be safe out there on the road. Build up for the excitement. The excitement doesn't end here because Booker's going to release details Monday around a special child that's going to win the prize that we did last year. But also just keep an eye on the Kokpit Media and Racing Facebook page. We could have something extra special on Wednesday with my good friend Booker, and something he's working on behind the scenes. So come and join us for more fun next Wednesday in anticipation of Friday and Saturday.
And just a big thanks to all those tonight that sent us stars again like last night. We appreciate your support sending us stars. That helps me and Kins get to do more shows around the country for you guys and girls. And also part of that goes to a charity. So we appreciate donating stars to us. Thank you so much. Thank you for supporting us this week. We enjoyed bringing this stuff to you. We hope you enjoyed it. Like Ken said, keep an eye on our page for more information on the competition coming up, and chuck those videos in the comments on the post on the Facebook page and show us your support for your team and go on the chance to win that prize. So that's us. Thanks from us tonight, and we appreciate you all. And I think that's it, Kins. That's a wrap, isn't it?
Yeah. Yeah, it is. You know, come and say hi to us, you know, because you as fans that watch our show, not only this week Buildup, but every Wednesday night, you know, we'd love to meet you. Please introduce yourself because we meet so many people around the track. And me and Booker look at each other and think to ourselves, who the hell was that? We don't want to be rude, but just introduce yourself and, say hi, I'm so-and-so, watch the show. We appreciate all your positive comments. Thank you for your positive comments in the chat as well, because that's why we do this. It's for you, our fans, and we appreciate everything that you do out there. Be positive, be safe out there. Enjoy your weekend. I know Ocean View's underway tonight with the 5,000, the mini stocks. There's teams racing with the Lions and the Auckland team tomorrow night. I'll be over in Huntley commentating. Rotorua's got a club night now as I speak. I see the Rebels had all their gears out there. There's Kiki with the NZ Midget GP. There's also, from top of my memory, Miani's got the NZGP street stocks, but there's racing everywhere. There's modified champs around down in Wellington. Our good friend Aaron Lewis and everyone down in Wellington. Thanks to Aaron for throwing our logo on there. But I'll wrap it up now because I'm running out of voice before I try and do an English accent again.
Oh, God, no. All right, team. Thank you. See you tomorrow.
Bye-bye.
Here comes the, y'all don't really want it like here comes the, here comes the, y'all don't really want it like here comes the, y'all don't really want it like I said so, I keep the bills up in my heart on the dirty like blood, so ain't got no twist in my head, but I'm still dreadful, and I got plenty of bread, so I go to bed full. I'm in it to win it, I'm all in. I might call you my cuz, young blood, but we ain't kin. You think of jumping, man, you just think again. The dirty, I'm the type of man that might go for revenge. Had some not so nice friends, kick the door off the hinge, take the door off your bins, pop up my phone to your friends, man, please. This shit ain't cynical, man, on subliminal. I'm physical, financial, and mental to be a general. Hey, the mama claims she want a soldier, not the type be in the tank, but in that rover. Man, please, I'm in the zone like AIDS full blown. I'm killing it like a blind man reading. I'm feeling it like, oh yeah, here comes the, here comes the, here comes the. Y'all don't really want it like, yeah, here comes the, here comes the, here comes the. Y'all don't really want it like, yeah, here comes the, here comes the, here comes the. Y'all don't really want it like, yeah, here comes the, here comes the, here comes the. Y'all don't really want it like, he gutter when he know he's off his butter. He ain't never been a fighter. You can go and ask his mother. I'm a lover and a fighter, producer and a writer. Give your girl a quick fix and give your man a knife.
Holy snapping duck shit.
My good mate from Bump and Run Booker joins us.
I'm excited for another great show tonight. Give it the hoot now.